And Vinny's got himself muted as always.
It wouldn't be the show without me fucking up the start, would it, fellas? Hello. Welcome to the League of Extraordinary Vapers, running late as usual at a later time than usual. We are going to be joined by a couple of others shortly, hopefully. In the meantime, we shall plod on and do our thing and show you guys what we're vaping. Evening, everybody in chat as well. Alex,
hello.
Nick, Tracy, Chris. Zippy. I can hear myself coming back. Yeah. That was interesting. God, I sound like a rat muppet, don't I?
Yes.
Sound it.
Yeah, thanks. I'm a tosser, as I admitted earlier on Facebook. Chris, what are you vaping, buddy?
Mate, I'm on my Dovepot WVV2 with my Gears APOC. Still love this thing. On that, I've got some Sad Boy Custard Cookie. Very little of that left. I'm on my Vupu Vinci. I completely lost the name then. With that, I've got... yeah, you can tell it's Sunday. And in that, I've got some Sad Boy Unicorn Tears. And then I am on the Mighty Four Horsemen with my Valhalla as always. And again, Sad Boy Unicorn Tears. Got loads of that.
Nice.
Very good. Very good.
Come on, Andy. Show everyone that beauty you've got with you.
I've decided to crack out the hammer, the patinaed hammer.
That's nice.
I've got an Apocalypse deck on it with a set of my own series aliens in there and the Mega Cat. Absolutely love this thing. I mean, it is. And how long ago did I have this done? And it's still just exactly the same, you know, like, yeah, I love this. In that, I'm vaping on the Prohibition Vapes Riding Shotgun, which is the Golden Oreo flavor. These are now available in short fills, available in the UK. And then I've got my Atom mod with Resurgence on top. And in that, I've got some Prohibition 18th Amendment, which is like a fruit and cream type, peaches and cream type deal. It's really, really nice. That's what it tastes like to me. Let's have a look. What does it say? Fresh fruit and cream. There you go. I weren't that far off, was I?
Nope.
And the third and final device is that. The Team Knocked Friendly Flipper special number 15 full stab wood, bit of an elitist type device here, and in that I am running, I've just got the Vape Shell RBA in there, and I've got the Syntax, and that again from Prohibition. These are all available. Evolution Vaping have got these in. They're doing quite a good deal on them if anybody wants to try it. I know loads of people have said to me, where are you getting it? Where are you getting it? When I was vaping it before. So I just thought I'd just say that it is now available in the UK so people can calm down. But yeah, absolutely love it.
Oh. Caught me just I took a drag. Took a hit. Anyway, I'm on my SQ topside with Vital RDA. Very impressed with this, to be honest with you.
Did you notice that some cells have got a little bit of rattle in there?
All I've got is 30 T's.
Right, there you go then. That'll be why. Yeah.
But it's quite clever how they secure it in though. It's quite clever.
Yeah, it is very clever. Do you see what I mean about the actual mechanism where it delivers and goes along a channel along the back and then back out and up into the very, very, very innovative and just very, very clever.
It's nice.
Yeah, I mean, come on, me nitpicking about a little bit of battery rattle and some cells not hit, that's really doesn't take away from how good that device is.
It really is. It really, really is. Anyway, the juice I've got in my in the SQ top side is some Vaporoni caramel custard. This is the third bottle of this I've had this week. It's a very, very, very Moorish caramel custard. It's the best caramel custard I've tried to date. I know you guys like the other ones, but that one for me is pretty spot on. And I'm on the orange fetch. I'm not going to say much about that because you'll just batter me for using a smock. And on that, I got some Redemption Vape, freshly squeezed. I love cold. I like cold hits in a pot for some reason. And it seems to go really well with the caramel custard. Complete alternate, really. Good evening, Josh. Or should I say Jay Tizzle?
You can stick that cold hit shit right where the sun don't shine. Fucking anything.
I quite like it in a pot.
Can fucking do one.
I put cold sometimes.
You love it in the summer, mate. I know you do, Josh. You're always vaping cold stuff in the summer.
Brilliant.
See, I like cold stuff when I've got a cold as well. When I've got a cold. Now, look, I'm not going to go this week.
Oh my God!
You want me, Nate?
I think I need to adjust my 510.
Yeah, you need to adjust that 510, mate. I think, or put some batteries in it, maybe.
There's definitely batteries in it, though.
Yeah. That's why you're covering it with your hand. You go like this. He'll switch it with his acrylic one now and pretend that's what he had all the time.
That is my tonic one.
See, told you.
I haven't got my black one anymore. I traded it.
All right, okay, yeah, all right, fair enough.
Oh, look at that. He's not training. He's back on the ale. Look.
No, I'm just messing about.
I know, mate. It's sprained wrist. Training's off tonight because Coach can't make it because he's stuck out in the middle of nowhere in this storm. And yeah, so they were like, training's off, and it was 50-50 whether I was going to go anyway because my wrist is still pretty bad. So, for anyone wondering, I fell over.
Bonkers, Grant.
Yeah. Now we know where that weird noise was coming from. Joshua.
Or did you get pushed over by a big barrel of alcohol? That's what I was.
No, I was at work. Oh, mate. Good shit, man. At work. My own stupidity. I was in.
Sorry.
Anyway, how is everybody?
Excuses.
Right, so what are you vaping? What are you vaping on then, Jay Tizzle? Come on.
Well, I was
Have you got them all working now?
Well, I've got a screwdriver up here, so this I think will be staying. I'll have a look at it. Would be my Resin XR and my Redemption, but that's obviously I need to adjust 510 pins. So what I'm actually vaping on, Steam Diamond with my lantern cap, and that has in it some King's Creams Banana, which is good. And look at me, look, got a regulated setup for once.
Ooh.
Nice.
Odin 200 in red and Fatality 25. This, like Andy said, this chip in the Dovpo is brilliant, man. Like,
The chip's awesome. I've got to say it. Love that chip.
Variable voltage mode, 4 volts. Perfect. And that had in it the Boring Vape Co. Jackfruit.
Hello, Zip.
All right, man.
How are we doing, Zip?
All good, man. All good.
Good.
I don't know how long this is going to last because this fucking rain is banging.
Not raining by me.
Yeah, man, it's really bad down.
It's not raining round by me.
It's hammering down here, man. I've had 2 fences come down for that.
Use old decky.
Tree up the road and all sorts, man.
Oh,
Yeah, we've had loads of damage up here.
Bad.
Yeah, it was rough out there last night. It's not too bad today, but the weather was, it was a bit savage. I let the dogs out last night, and they come in and they looked at me like, "What the fuck did you just do to us, putting us out there in that?" It was like, they just come literally 30 seconds, and they were drenched.
Yeah, I got a leak in the roof, man. Not good. That was straight on the extension lead. Live death.
That'd boost some figures.
Just doing some
Boost the
sharing.
ratings, that'll be one thing.
I was going to say, my friend's got his computer in the conservatory, and the same thing happened to him. And it's a 3 grand PC, and the water just comes straight on the PC and blew it. Just
On the
took
what,
it out
Chris?
completely. My friend, he's got a 3 grand PC, 3000 PC.
Where is it?
He's in the
No,
conservatory.
I think he's just asking you where your friend is. Like he wants proof that you've got a friend.
Lives in Birmingham, unfortunately. It's the one I go to judo with every Wednesday.
I was going to say, don't look at me.
Yeah.
Say that.
Everyone in Birmingham at the moment's going, not me, not me.
No, he doesn't watch the show. He doesn't vape.
I was going to say, I refuse to be drawn into that.
What are you vaping tonight, Zip?
I didn't even set up, man, but I've got the grip out with some sex on the beach. The usual is out as well.
Isn't that like a
Some truck
cocktail that was popular in the 90s?
pumpkin head.
Beach?
Is that again, man?
Is that like the cocktail that was popular in the 90s type thing, Sex on the Beach? Is that what it is?
Man, bang on.
Or does it just make you feel like you've got a load of sand stuck under your foreskin?
No, this one is banging, man. I'll send you a sample of that one. I'll send you one. I reckon you'll like it, man.
Nice one, mate. Nice one.
So,
Right,
So what are we going to hit off with then? Are we just going to go straight in about the ITV show? Because I want to hear all about this. I haven't watched it. I don't know anything about it. So I just want to hear.
I haven't watched it, but I've seen the write-up on it. And to be fair, I'm not even going to give it airtime.
Yeah, I think we have to reply a little bit.
I think we have to kind of
your
like.
idea.
No,
right?
I mean, as in watching it. Because to me, it's just another bandwagon jump on propaganda. Let's spread some shit, and you know what I mean.
The thing is,
mate, do you know what I mean? I will be watching it later. I just didn't have time to watch it before the show, and I'm not watching it because I think that it's going to have anything interesting on there. I just want to be able to see and get an idea. Yeah, exactly, Ryan. What kind of propaganda they are trying to disguise as fact? Do you know what I mean? It's a bit of a case of don't sit in my pocket and tell me it's raining. It seems to be one of them type of articles. From what people have said to me about it, and my issue is that basically most of it seems to be based on information that's now been discredited even by the people that said it in the first place. And yo, Rabbit, what's happening, brother? And
hey, Rabbit.
Like if they're going off discredited information and information that we know is, do you know what I mean, false, basically.
That's exactly what they quoted the FDA and the CDC on the deaths in America, and they just said it was down to vaping.
They didn't mention nothing.
That was the whole base of their argument against vaping.
I mean, I've said this before that. Go on, mate. Sorry,
man. I noticed in the article that was written up with Watson, they did make reference to the THC illicit carts and this, that, and the other, but it was very sort of glossed over.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did get that sort of Watson for it. I mean, for me, we all know the real reason. They know the real reason. America knows the real reason, and everywhere else. Yeah. Who'd have thought that the TV would put something totally unbiased on?
Yes, it is, Tracy.
Yeah, I mean that's
Thank
the
you
other
for that link
as well. Is people we need to start doing stuff like that and actually putting in and giving your thoughts on it and what's actually going on. I mean, we can all sit and talk about stuff until the cows come home, but unless people actually are going to go out and actually do something about it, then actions definitely speak louder than words. With things like this, and maybe it'd be a good idea for somebody, a documentary maker, for example, to do something and show, both both sides of it. You know what? Actually,
I'm going to write to Louis Theroux, man.
You tell him.
yeah. I mean, look, you know, I think that is what this situation needs. Is something like that. Is to shine a spotlight on it and the corruption and the lies and the bullshit.
Yeah, Ryan.
Finish,
Even I thought she'd have told them.
Didn't it?
Yes, sir.
Should we discuss what we were on about in response?
I was going to bring your idea up. Yeah.
Well, it's not just my idea. It's something we're all going to be involved in. Yeah, basically, what we want to do, and as Vinny's put the invitations out already to people to chuck their stories in, what we want to do. Emma Fraser, good evening.
Yeah.
What we want to do is invite people along to send in videos, testimonials, anything they want, where we want to sort of compile a half-hour-ish program out of it and actually start getting that put around on Facebook and YouTube and wherever else we can. Basically just highlighting the fact that, you know, you got real vapers with real opinion and real stories of success. And, you know, that's what we want to put together. And that's what we want to do in response to the ITV program and push it out as far as possible. Not for us, but for vaping as a whole.
Yeah.
And actually show people the right side of it. You know, it's not all that this bullshit and propaganda is sort of made up to be.
Look, I don't know whether we need to do it and show how happy people are vaping. What I think we need to do is highlight the bullshit. I think that's the more important thing. Rather than defending what we know is already right, we need to be attacking the bullshit and proving that that's wrong. Yeah. Because then once you've proved that, then none of the rest matters. Do you get what I'm saying? Once you show people that it's lies, then the rest doesn't really matter, does it?
That's what we want to incorporate into it. That's what we want to bring together and build a program out of it and start putting that out.
Yeah.
You know, because let's face it, we don't want people that are swearing too much or whatever. You know what I mean? Like right in front. It doesn't matter if it's in passion or whatever else.
It's an adult subject. It's an adult subject. I mean? People want to swear. We're all adults that are discussing this. You've got to be an adult to do it. So do you know what I'm saying?
We will put an age verified, you know, viewer discretion on it. You know what I mean? We can do that.
The channel's set to adults only. It's not set for minors. It's set for adults only. So that's covered.
Yeah,
so you can swear on
if you're sick of hearing the bullshit and you want to put your fact in, do it. You know, it's an open invite to anybody. I don't care whether you're a shop owner, whether you're a brand owner, you know, whether you're a vapor. It's to everybody. If you're a shop owner or a brand owner, tell us why you're here. Tell us why you're in the vape industry, what you want to do, what you've done, what you expect, you know, and what your feelings are on all this. Because we're having it rammed down our throat, left, right, and centre, and we have done for the last, I don't know how long you reckon, about 8 months?
9 months.
You know, it's time to put our side out now. Get as many people involved as we can, and let's put our side out to it.
But I think also what would be needed as well with that is some sort of actual health professional that's 100% behind vaping, or a politician. UK politicians, 100%. What I mean is like one of these doctors from the Royal College of Physicians. Do you know what I'm saying? Is one of these people. If we can get sections and stuff like that, 100%, Emma. I agree with you. If we can get something like that, maybe get an interview, whether it's even done over FaceTime or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? If we can get something like that on there. Because this is the thing, right? What I'm seeing a lot of is you've got people and they're going off feeling and how it's affecting them and how it's affecting people. Yeah. And then you've got the other side and they're going off facts as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you've got the other side. So what we need to do really is bring them together, right? And make it look, right? This is the actual truth about it. This is how much has changed our lives. This is how much Do you know what I mean? Like smoking-related diseases affected our families and this and that and the other. And we can put that across, but without having the real hard facts and everything and people that are recognized as being experts, right? It's all just opinion, right? Unless you've got like one of these guys that's actually, do you know what I'm saying? That's actually qualified to turn around and say, no, this is correct. And this information that's being put out is not correct. Otherwise, we're just going to sound like tinfoil hat conspiracy theorists, like, and that's the thing that I worry about. How we doing, Sam? You all right, brother? And, we don't want to come across like a bunch of flat earthers here just saying vaping should stay because we like it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's got to involve everything. It's got to come from fact. It's got to be an educated video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's part of it. And that's something that we can take care of. You know what I mean? It's, I'm sure we've got a link somewhere that can pretty much help.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not criticising it. I think it's a great idea. No. I just think that, we really need to. I mean, look, in the UK, who have we got? Like politician-wise,
we've got quite a few on it.
Right, this is what I'm saying.
There's
right,
a few.
So there's quite a few. Right. Well, people need to. We need to start contacting them. Do you know what I mean? We need to start. We need to start messaging. Everybody needs to start doing that. Send a message to your MP. Do you know what I mean? To your local MP. Just explain to them. Do you know what I mean? And put your thoughts across. And do stuff. Get involved with people that are official. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's what we need to do. There, we need to bridge the gap between everyday.
One thing I will add to that is be respectful in it.
100%.
We want to show that, at the moment, there's a lot of bad opinion on how vaping is and how the vape community are. We're all a bunch of arseholes. We're all self-opinionated. We don't want none of that. You know what I mean? We've got to be respectful. We've got to be courteous. You know what I mean? We're asking these people for help. That's what we need to remember, and that's the face of vaping we need to show.
Exactly. I mean, it's a very simple thing to do, to write an email to your MP and just explain to them, the benefits of vaping, point out the facts, this, that, and the other, and, hopefully get them on side if they're not already, I just don't think it's a hard thing to do. It takes 5 minutes.
I've got a few contacts I can chase that up with. I'll get the professional side of it. I will just say, folks, the email is going across the bottom. Doesn't necessarily have to be a video if you're camera shy or anything like that. Accepting written ones, I'll edit them together and we'll show it on the video as a written one, everything like that. Sam, by the way, Sam Adams was the first one to send one in, so thank you, Sam.
Much appreciated. But it's one of them. I know we've done it in groups and stuff, but it's coming to crunch time now, and it's time to really sort of get behind it and all stand together in it. You know what I mean? We need to stop this fractions that are going on, and hopefully this could be a project that everyone could be part of. We want everybody to be part of it. As I say, this isn't about us; it's about all of us. It's about the vape community, and the future of the vape community.
And let's make it go viral. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's make it go viral. Everybody, the whole vape community, if we get behind it and everybody reposts it, everybody does it, and then it's constantly being shown over and over and over and over again. I mean, I just
propaganda we see against us. Let's get it out there like
that. Exactly, Sam.
I've just lost another family member to last week, my sister's father-in-law, Jeff. I mean, he died in hospital, and that wouldn't have happened if he didn't smoke. It just wouldn't have happened. And it's one of these things that we've got to get behind this. And like Zippy says, it's crunch time now. It's enough time to be sat on the sidelines and waiting to see what happens. It's time to get involved. Do you know what I mean? I think that really.
It's all we've got to do, man. We can't keep sitting back and thinking, you know, oh, somebody else is going to do it. You know, I'm seeing people. I mean, the thing that's getting annoying is I'm seeing people that are genuinely trying, and they're there every single post, they're smashing it, you know, but it's going to take more than just that one or two people or that handful of people that are doing it. We've all got to get behind it, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%, bro.
The thing is, right, I'm hoping that this ITV thing is going to wake some people up. We've been prattling on, probably from our first show, saying that this fight is coming to our shores.
Yeah.
I think people are. I hope to God people wake up because it's coming.
We can't hide behind the CPD and the fact that we're regulated. We can't.
They can change that regulation. They can change that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You know, that can be changed and took away from us, and then what? You know, but that can only happen if we allow it to. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you know, we've all, you know,
we basically need to get into this and not get caught with our trousers down like it happened in America.
No, the thing is, we are being caught with our pants down, man. Because there's, like I says, there's only a handful of people that are doing anything about it. It needs everybody.
They can be as sly to us as they've been in America, and they probably already are being behind our backs without us even knowing it. It's probably something already happening.
What bothers me
and it'll be like that. It'll just be something coming overnight, and it's like, this is it. Do you know what I mean? So we need to get on it before that happens.
It's coming, people.
I mean, look, I mean, at the end of the day, like, just that what Emma said there, you know, like, how many of us is it a similar story? Do you know what I'm saying? You know, it's one of these things that we've all got this story to tell, and it's a very common theme. Do you know, and that's what it's about. And if they take that away, if they take vaping away from us, I mean, you know, I won't go back to smoking, but I know a lot of people will. You know, let's be honest. I mean, you know, Nicorette patches or whatever, you know, any brand of patches or gum or whatever, you know, it works with a very small percentage of people, you know, whereas vaping, you know, although I do know people that have tried it and it wasn't for them. You know,
patches apparently over a year are about 9% affected over a year period compared to vaping, which was something like 18.75 or something. I can't remember off the top of my head completely. Vaping basically over a year was twice as effective as traditional nicotine replacement, and that's medical fact. That's not just making up numbers; it's fact.
And one of the things to say there, though, is, you know, as Andy's just says, vaping isn't for everybody.
No, it's
until
not.
You try, you don't know. You know, and yes, we have heard people get headaches. We have people said they get heartburn. You know, with Nick Salt and this, that, and the other. Right? Unless you try, you know, we're not saying, you know, you're 100% going to be on it. You know, you're not. But give it a try. You know, it's. You know, it's one of them. It's
the other thing to say. When you started smoking, how many people got headaches and heartburn? And, and you just did it anyway. It's the same thing. It's a period of where your body's changing, and it's a different thing, but it's very effective. So there might be a grace period where you need to get to a point where you actually can do it as a daily thing, you know. But if you can maybe just go, well, I'll start doing this and this, really bringing it in, it can help, you know. And if you are getting headaches, like the wrong nicotine strength, you might not, you know, seek advice. Ask people. We're all here. Vapers in groups are there. Shops are there. And that's what
all of us are here for people. Give as much information as we all got. I mean, it's like Emma says, she tried every other product going, and vaping was the only thing that helped her.
Yeah.
It was the same for me, and I'm pretty sure it's the same for all of you guys. You know what I mean?
I went through the patches and the inhalators and everything else, and the gum and everything, and vaping's all that worked for me. I mean, it wasn't easy. Everyone knows it's not easy.
It's all far from it.
It takes time to adjust and change. I mean, as you switch from smoking to vaping, you get a cough. You get a chesty cough. That's all the crap from smoking coming off your lungs, off your chest, and everything like that. People get that and start panicking when it's vaping because they think it's vape related. It's not. It's all the crap from years of smoking getting out your system and things like that. People get worried. All these guys on here will talk to you. All of us will give you advice. And there's groups galore on Facebook. There's thousands now.
Yeah.
And to be honest, the groups have got better in helping the new vapers. I've noticed recently a lot of groups are getting better in giving advice to new vapers and things like that. It seems to have improved again a lot.
And if you get, you're not getting advice.
I mean, not being funny, right. I know it's a bit of a random sort of comparison, right? But taking this shit out your lungs from smoking and everything else, switching to vaping, you know, like I say, is going to take time. A shitty comparison, maybe, but a bagless vacuum. You empty it, you've always got dust and shit left behind. Eventually, that's going to come out when you wash it. And that's effectively what you're doing. You're flushing your system from tar, everything else. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's not something that's going to change overnight. It's not something that's going to change in a week. But, you know, keep at it. You know, and like we've always said, we're always there for help. You know what I mean? And it's something that, you know, like you just said, a lot of groups are doing it now. And about fucking time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because some of these admins, like I've said time and time again, they're bloody good admins. They've got great groups. Let's see them groups get back to doing what they set out to do in the first place, and that is help people to vape, not ridicule, not bitch, not fucking dramatise. Just do what you set out to do.
Damn right.
Right, I'm back 2 seconds. I've just got to...
Yeah, man.
I was still coughing up crap for about 6 months after giving up fags, but that's mostly because of how heavy I was smoking. I mean,
really? 6 months? Blimey.
Well, I was going through like 50 grams in 3 days. It was a lot. Yeah, I was a seriously heavy smoker, and it wasn't like skinny little fags either. It was like I was constantly smoking. There'd always one in my mouth. There'd always be a cigarette in my mouth, things like that.
What was that last comment, Vinny? Sorry, Chris. What was that last comment?
Which one? Brian's?
The one you put up. Yeah, was it Ryan's? I didn't catch the name on it. Sorry.
How shit too. Never mind the benefits of not smoking. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. The community aspect of it has really, you know, helped me with some of my issues as well. You know, shame them in that. You know, and the thing is, what everybody was all up in arms when they banned the sale of stuff through Facebook and stuff. You know, everybody was up in arms, but really, what I'm now seeing is a shift in the groups. They're going back to what they used to be like, and people are talking about. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? And I think that this is like a knock-on effect from that. People at first, they were more concerned about they couldn't sell their stuff. Now they've got over that. People are now looking at how they can still be, you know what I mean, an active and positive, you know, part of the vaping community. And I think it's about time, you know, and it's a really good thing to see. And I hope more groups follow suit. You know, because that's the main thing that I noticed was the community side of things started to die down, you know, once the selling on Facebook. I mean, I even had it on my, like, the Vape Den, where people were saying, like, you know, what's the point in this group now? We can't sell anything. Like,
but that's not what a group was set out to be.
Well, it was called Vape Den Chat Sell, so, you know, it was. Yeah,
but you know what I mean? I'm on about groups in general. They're not set out to be buying and sell fucking things, you know what I mean? It's one of them. You know, I mean, it's about meeting people, it's about sharing stories, it's about helping each other. You know, fucking hell, what happens in the good old days?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm sorry, but did the rules of living change overnight or something?
That's what it was like. That's what it was like.
It's like, yeah, I've seen a change in the last fucking, I don't know how long, man. And I'd say it really, if anything, that makes me more depressed. Because I hate it. Yeah. I genuinely hate the shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's one of them, it gets me down, and I'm like, you know, why do I bother? And then I realise, you know, there's people here in this circle and outside that help me help me come back to an even level. And it's like, you know what? Every time I come back, I'm going to fight even fucking harder, and that's what we all should be doing. As you can see now, I'm having a fucking rant. Because it really does. No, it really does, man. You know what I mean? I've met some great people through this community. You know what I mean? I met some good, solid, lifelong friends. You know, everyone here. I mean, I can't say that for Chris, but you know, there you go.
I'm glad you said Chris there.
Everybody has one in the group, don't they? Do you know what I mean?
I knew one of you before I started vaping, and I know you all through group. That's how we met. Do you know what I mean? So, and I call each and every one of you a lifelong friend. So it's
Oh.
Yeah, and that's what that's, you know, not being funny. How many of the viewers now, right, have met people through the groups and become good, solid friends with them? You know,
All of us.
Not just in the UK, overseas, everything else. Even though you may never
Worldwide.
meet that person, you talk on a daily basis. You know, you piss the wind with them. You know what I mean? It's one of them. You know, how are you today? All that makes a difference to somebody.
I'm right, Rabbit. I mean,
You know what I mean?
put it this way, this show wouldn't be about if it weren't for the fact of vaping. We wouldn't really know each other if it wasn't for vaping. I'm lagging on
I
shit
don't
again.
understand anything about the rape scene, man. So
usually I would never mix some people outside of Devon because you know they're scary. But
well, until this show come along, you didn't actually know anything about life outside of Devon, did you?
So what else is new then? Sorry, just moving on there. We've been on that subject for quite a while. So.
There was a big thing in Washington, right? Isn't there? They've overturned the flavour ban in Washington from this weekend.
Well,
vapers in Washington can now have their flavours back.
It was beautiful, literally watching some of the Facebook groups, like literally people in the shops stocking their shelves with flavours. And someone posted that first bottle of flavoured juice sold again, and there's like the first bottle of flavoured juice sold again in Washington.
Yeah,
might not have been the first, but they said that person. It's beautiful to see.
I mean, look, that's something positive. I mean, you know, and I think that at times, you know, we need to concentrate more on the positive and, you know, less on the negative. And I mean, that there is a real big win for not just the people in Washington, but it sort of shines a bit of light on that as a whole. Do you know what I mean? And makes it known that fuck off, Sam. Do you know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
No, it sounds my matey sound. You know, I'm only messing about, but
I was having a good conversation with Sam last night.
Yeah, Sam's a good lad. I mean, you know, but like, hopefully, that in Washington now will have a trickle down effect, a bit like when the first flavour ban came in. That had a trickle down effect. So maybe this now will start, you know, something the same, and it will make other people in different states, different areas think, you know, there is hope again. Because I know a lot of people have been feeling hopeless.
Yeah. It's...
You know, so basically, the way that I see it at the moment is like, you know, it's great that there's not an overall flavour ban from the government as a whole, and they're being allowed to deal with it state by state, you know, and that means that any legislation that comes in can be challenged on that state level by the people that live in that state, you know, basically along the same lines as the way that medical marijuana got passed in California, for example, you know, and that was by the people in California voting for it. Where is that noise coming from?
I don't know.
Hold on. That better?
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
It's my...
It's fine.
I'm fucking cold in here, son.
Welcome to my world.
It's been microwave, in all fairness.
How are we doing, Mike, mate? You all right?
No, but hopefully, as you say, a lot of these
Don't
states
start
will
that,
start
Rabbit.
having a new government.
Don't start
Not
that.
to
The
be
gazebo effect.
Yeah, you'll get Vinny going.
Yeah, get Vinny going again.
I'll tell you what, I bet there's not many gazebos up today, is there?
An hour up, right up in the sky at the moment, I think. You know what I mean?
We like a load of Chinese lanterns. Gazebo New Year.
Yeah, there's definitely a spat of people gaining trampolines this evening.
I haven't gained any.
Mine's still in the back garden.
Put a
I've been
jumper on.
keeping an eye on ours.
Put a jumper on. Reduce your carbon footprint. That's what I say.
I've had a jumper on, man. I thought I'll just warm it up in here a bit because it gets damp in here, man.
I feel your pain, Zippy. I really do.
Yeah, but you got some layers on you, man. You're all right.
A few layers.
You should know better to say anything like that to me, man.
Yeah.
Fuck, you know. It's the
mind
whole of it.
I mean, Alex just said there, if we have to fight like in America, will there be rallies like there was in America? Well, that's entirely up to you. That's entirely up to every single person and whether or not you decide that you want to go on a rally. Organise one, Alex. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, this is the thing where everybody's, you know, waiting for somebody else to make the, do you know what I mean? Make the first step and stuff like that. But I think it's about time now that people actually started doing it themselves. You know what I mean? And you know,
it's not a way to do it for you sitting back.
I didn't realise courses could drift.
Their courses were good back in the day, man.
Really?
But no,
The front wheel drive, aren't they?
Yeah.
to be fair, in all seriousness, now, going back to what Andy's just said, it's going to take every single person, you know.
Yep.
Let's hear some ideas. Let's hear some, you know, some things that people are willing to do, because the time for sitting on your ass
is why you watch it, and that's it.
And then
It's coming to
you know
an
what I
end
mean?
very fast.
It's got to be. We all keep saying that we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. You know, we do this, we do that. Let's do it. Enough yapping. Let's do it.
time for talking has finished in a way. Do you know what I mean? It's time for action now. You know, and I really do think that this propaganda making its way over here onto mainstream media. You know, it means that we've got to actually start taking this threat seriously in the UK as well, not just worrying about, you know, sitting there thinking, "Oh, that's a shame for the Americans." You know, it's actually, you know, going to be happening here, and I fully believe as well that, you know, we are going to have some challenges ahead, but the way to deal with it is with action. You know, and you know they
we can
say
all talk the talk, man. Let's walk the walk.
Alex hasn't got that many friends. I mean, you know,
It's all right. Neither is Chris. Yeah, we can pair them up.
They know each other quite well.
See, that's it. That's his one friend. That's it.
I've got more than one friend, you know.
Oh. I'm saying nothing, man. I'm not going to say nothing live on air anyway.
There we go.
You're welcome, Alex.
Were your friends?
Yeah?
We are.
He's got more than one. There's two for him.
I'll be your friend. I'll be anybody's friend for the right amount of cash.
So what about the Frostbox guy then?
Oh.
I tell you what, as controversial as it may sound, right? As controversial as it may sound, I am really fucking hacked off with it, because after reading some of the things and thinking, when I bought my Frostbox, I actually bought it off him personally at Expo when they first launched. And I'm like, after reading some of the stories, I'm like, have I supported him in financially getting some of these bits and pieces? You know what I mean? It makes me sick to my stomach, man. It really does.
It's disgusting.
I don't know too much. I just know.
I don't want to go into it too much, man.
No, I was just, you know, I was just saying that basically, you know, as far as I know, the guy's a paedophile, and people are buying. You know, people have been using his stuff and that, and that's not to say, you know, they would knowingly doing it, but you know, if you continue to buy stuff from this guy or his company, then you know, after knowing this information, you know, if I owned
I actually respected that man.
Is his
I actually respected him.
Is his site even still up?
I think it's all been shut down. He's gone off Facebook and everything. But I can think of a few best places for him, and Facebook not being one of them.
No.
You know what I mean?
People may be wondering what we're talking about here. He's basically
a paedophile.
Yeah, paedophile. And he owns a company, and he made the mods himself called Frost Boxes. Don't be buying them, people.
I mean,
Don't
we're not
support
talking
the man.
about somebody who's just been falsely accused of something here. Like, you know,
No,
this is his actual real, and he got caught with a load of...
Did he not take a plea deal?
I honestly don't know.
I believe he took a deal to plead guilty.
Jesus
From
Christ.
some of those are...
You shouldn't even be able to take those. If you're
conversations that he had with other people. You know what I mean? So...
Paige Gonzalez just commented there saying, "Yeah, he took a plea deal. He pled guilty. What did he plead guilty to? Was it actually? Was it like?
I believe it was images. I believe it was images. Images.
Okay. See, that's what I mean. You know, it's one of these things where
taking into account. I mean, if anybody knows the background of him, he was a teacher or an assistant teacher. And he was helping some of his kids, his pupils. And basically, he was having, from what has come out, he was having images of his people who was helping to become models. And he was paying them to send him pictures and this, that, and the other.
Yeah, basically.
Hence why I say, I hope when he first fucking started, because don't forget, this goes back to 2015. I believe it goes back to 2015. So, you know, I mean, he was making boxes and stuff like that, and that's why I thought money did not pay for anything like that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I think that's enough of that conversation.
Yeah,
let's move on from that.
I wanted to make more people aware of it, if I'm honest with you. I didn't do it for, like, you know, any other reason.
No. It's vaping related.
Me.
So it's figured out, you know.
You know, I just thought I'd put that out there, just in case anybody was thinking of buying a new Frostbox.
Don't do it.
Don't.
Yeah, I think
If you really want one, find one second hand. You'll know where to find one. People have them. See Matt Dixon, he's got fucking hundreds of them.
I will find a way to get recoated.
Yeah.
Anyone else got a topic?
Just to close that one, I will say that he has said, yes, the media have made out more than what it actually was.
Yeah.
But that's open to
that's
opinion.
he pled guilty. I mean, you know, he pled guilty to it, and therefore the official version of whatever they've said, that's what goes down as in the record, unfortunately, and you don't get to have your say. Now, maybe or not, maybe the media have made more of it, or maybe they've just highlighted the actual truth of it, and you know, he's trying to cover it up. But at the end of the day, he pled guilty to this. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he actually pled guilty to it. Anybody that's accused of something along those lines and they didn't do it, they would never plead guilty to it. I can't see anybody pleading guilty to that. I think you'd rather risk the heavier sentence or whatever, you know, for not pleading guilty.
Mate, I'd rather risk having my balls cut off than plead guilty to something like
that. You know, it's one of these things that for me is like, I'm always kind of, you know, with things like that, I'm like, do you know what I mean? Like, you know, it could be false, it could be this, that, the other, but if they've pled guilty, they've said, yeah, I did that, you know, and yeah, Emma, I feel sorry for the people. I mean, I expect, you know, that a lot of people lose a lot of money, you know, thought they had a big collection that they could have sold at some point or whatever. But unfortunately, that's just the way life goes. I'm more concerned about the poor kids that he's damaged. That's not saying anything like that, but that's what we got to remember here is there's real victims in this, and he's not one of them. That's all I know. Do you know what I'm saying?
Anyway, let's go that.
Yeah, let's leave that alone. I get.
Sam Adams has just brought up a good one. What will Smock re-release next? Vinny, as your resident Smock expert.
You answer that. Fetch Pro. Other than that, China's on lockdown, as we know. God knows when China will be releasing any products again.
In my industry, it's been spoken about quite a lot because obviously lots of very big companies are they're not Chinese companies, but parts are made in China. That's be horrendous. I've had numerous reps in, and they're looking at least 2 to 2.5, maybe 3 months before they get any parts from China. And that's the earliest projection. So Vaping will be very much the same. So Chinese, you probably might not see many new Chinese mods for quite a while. If that's true, and it could be longer.
It's unfortunate, man.
Yeah. I mean, what's really good review?
It's not just. It's having a massive impact on people, but it's having a massive impact on businesses all over, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everywhere's going to start struggling.
Now we're going to see what companies really have their shit made in China and who doesn't.
I never
even thought of that.
I didn't think of it that way either. That's a very good point, Andy.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
Well, mate, to be honest with you, you probably won't see much at all because metal is it's Chinese, dude.
The raw material is Chinese.
Yeah, like 99.999% of stainless steel comes from China, so anybody that's claiming...
I know one that isn't.
Teasing me.
Yeah, but was the material sourced in China? Was the material sourced in China? That's
No.
What? That's British brass.
This man has spent a lot of time analysing metals and everything else to find the best.
Fair enough.
Nice, good. I'm glad to hear that. I mean,
it's a really top quality mod.
Someone tell me they've seen the Wismec AIO Sweetener Pro. No, I fucking won't have it. By the sounds of it, I don't want to either. I tell you what, the dot AIO is actually pretty good though. I've got to say, like the RBA for it is dog shit, right? But even with the stock coils, it's pretty decent. It's a good bit of kit. So if you want an all-in-one, but you don't want to shell out for a billet box or whatever, that's definitely an option because I've seen other things like the Vape shell. They've done a dot shell, so there's other bridges that are going to be coming out for it. It's actually looking pretty good. Be chucking more shade in these flying gazebos. My rug came from China. Emma, right, look, this is a vaping program. I want to
know about your doormat.
We can't discriminate. We were discussing biscuits the other week, so give it a break. I remember buying a rug from China, and it was about that big.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hexo.
I bought it for Sarah's photography stuff.
Has anybody seen that? The Hexo?
Apparently, Alex has said there's a Wismec that has a built-in Alexa.
Yeah,
there is one.
What? Wismec?
Yeah.
No.
Why?
Yeah, built-in Alexa. Because you can join it up with a speaker one they brought out.
Wow.
I mean, like all these stupid things that they, that they're putting on devices and stuff. But everybody said the same thing when they were putting it on phones. Why do you need that on your phone? And now it's on. Do you know what I mean? Standard on every phone. So
you'll be making. I guarantee within a year or two, you're going to be making phone calls on our vapes.
Well, one thing
there's got to be someone somewhere that's working on it.
Don't put that idea out there, Zip, please.
Yeah, Wizmac got everything covered. You can now get Alexa on one. You join it up with a mod that's a speaker, and you're well away.
Yeah,
well away.
Make it into a mobile phone as well. No. Just don't hit the fire button when you put it to you.
That'll be a new way for Des to take a vape. We've already done the nice one.
I've not got an Alexa, man. So who uses it on the phone? I've got this Bixby thing on my phone.
Shit.
I don't use them.
We've got one.
Chris, from your point of view, Chris, they wouldn't understand you. We fucking struggle.
Actually, Alexa understands me quite well because my daughter's got one.
Just we don't.
That's your daughter. So it must just be human error.
My daughter's Alexa.
I just feel sorry for anybody called Alexa.
Oh my god, that is hideous. So Alex has just PM'd me a picture of it.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at, and I've got to say it doesn't look very nice.
Hold it up, man.
What I'm gonna do, dude.
I just think just now,
I'm on my phone.
Too much glare. There's too much. There's too much glare.
But I can vaguely make it out, man.
Yeah, if you have to hold it like that, there's too much glare.
Yeah.
There's no way to be doing that. It's got to be case for iPhone that you can put a tank onto. There's a review from indoor smokers on YouTube. Really?
What?
Jesus Christ!
They don't make anything, man. This is China. They will make anything.
Yeah, they will make a vape that's basically a shape.
Just looking.
Wizmac RTO.
Yeah.
I can't remember that one.
I can remember him doing a glass RDTA. Did one that was all glass.
Well, this looks absolutely horrendous.
What the hell
I want to ask our viewers something, right? I do want to ask our viewers something. Going on a subject that we've already touched on, yeah. I want to find out from our viewers any connections they've got. You know what I mean? That we can help with this program. So any connections you've got you think can help, PM us. Let us know.
Or anything you want us to cover or anything.
Yeah.
Zippy, the iPhone vape thing's been around for 3 years, mate, at least.
Has it?
Yeah, mate. I'm just going for a thing here with this guy. This is 23rd of August 2016. Okay, this is when it was done. I got a Vape iPhone 6S case and don't buy it. I want to see more crazy stuff from the new iPhone 7, blah blah blah. But basically, yeah, there's reviews from on YouTube, like, so that's already a thing. It's basically viruses for population control. Yeah. I
100% agree with that. It is a population control virus.
That's what it.
Moves and tubes.
Moves and tubes.
That's still going to happen, you know.
Hex and Dex.
that calendar is still going to happen then.
So,
we could get some. Expo would be a great place to do that. Actually, get some pictures done because we'll all be together.
What moves and tubes?
Moves and tubes.
I'll bring my Borat bikini.
I tell you what.
I got a man.
No. Right. You remember, Josh, that we do these little challenges on here.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to hold you to that. You've got to turn up at Expo in your Borat mankini.
And you got to go around all day in it.
Yeah.
You've got to do it. You've said you're going to do it. So we're going to hold you to that. Right? If not, as a collective, we're all going to come up with a consequence for you.
Oh.
He's on eBay now. He's on Wish trying to find one now.
Wait,
don't buy it from China.
But we will arrive anyway. It's definitely going to arrive from China now.
I was going to say. So we're going to hold
That's
you
why
to
he's
that.
on Wish.
In May, not October. Don't do it in October. It'll be too cold.
Like,
It'll be nips and tips in October.
What was that? Moves and tips.
Nips and tips.
Nips and tips.
See how many? See how many?
Yeah, I don't want to hear the one guys with pants.
So we're going to hold you to it, Josh. You've got to do it now.
Well, apparently it's one size fits all. Oh.
Well,
Get Chris one as well.
No, thanks. Nobody needs to be subject to that.
okay, I'm glad you.
I'll do it.
I'm sure without American connections, we can get you one sent over.
And we can probably get him on the stage at Expo as well.
Damn right, he's going on the stage. If he when he turns up in a mankini, he's going on the stage. And remember, it's
tell you what, enter me in the cloud. I'll get in that cloud cop, mate, and I'll rock up in my Borat mankini to the cloud cop. No problem.
Yeah.
Paul Harrison is the same bloke. I'm sure we can make that happen.
Right, hold on, just to prove it to you.
Emma, I like your idea.
Add it to basket.
I just don't even want to see that shit.
I think Andy's not coming up now.
Thank you. Your order has been placed.
Sweet.
Excellent.
So, it's definitely the right shade of green, isn't it?
Oh yes, mate. Oh yes.
Yeah, we all know what your like, Zippy. Make sure it's the perfect green.
Thank God the peer pressure's not on me tonight.
Chris.
I'll say.
For Chris.
Well, technically, if he goes in his mankini, you should go round with the bear one.
What? No way. I'll melt.
The bear ones. There's a challenge for you.
Oh.
Who out the leaguers wants to see Vinny at Expo in his bear outfit?
Oh, fucking hell. You have no understanding how hot that suit is.
Exactly.
Ever's got it bang on there. Borat bikini, immortal hat, and nipple tassels.
Yeah,
I already said that was a good idea.
I missed it. Sorry. I was too busy ordering a Borat bikini, wasn't I?
Yeah, Tracy Hagen stand for that, Vinny. So that's a good one. You're going to disappoint Tracy?
Oh. No comment.
No, it's got to be done now. The challenge is there. Do you accept the challenge of turning up to Expo in your bear outfit?
Oh, I'll take it with me. No, it's massive.
No.
Isn't it?
He's going to need to be a gazebo.
It's not going to be small. You've got to get in it. Like, you know, I mean, Vinny in a Wookiee onesie, more like Chewbacca. I don't know about.
Chewbacca was a Wookiee.
Fine, I'll go in the bloody bear one.
Sweet. Right, so that's done.
Like, I'll wear it for a morning. I'm not wearing it the whole fucking day, but I'll wear it for a morning.
No, the day.
Vinny's got the build of an Ewok, though, but just taller. He's like a giant Ewok.
Oh, yeah.
Wicket.
Me chihuahua. Yeah, we'll get him a little spear and a man bag for his
Chris is Jabba the Slut.
Jabba the Slut.
Hey, wait there. That means Andy's got to be Princess Leia then.
No.
He could go as Emperor Palpatine.
You don't need no makeup right now, does he?
Hey, listen.
You lot just as Star Wars and we just as Borat. It's gonna look
oh, trust me. He's not going to be looking like a Wookiee.
Josh.
Yes,
Stop it. Yeah, don't forget your wrist.
Again.
I'm more like Yoda, all up and crippled up and everything. And then,
what is that noise?
That's not me.
We don't know.
That's not me.
What is it like?
Clicking
that is so
it's like a very fast clicking noise.
It's my dogs. It's my dog. Like for the 90th time I've said this.
No, Andy, that was really loud. Then
it's like an interference noise, man. It's probably just a ghost in my house.
Hey, Andy.
It's going to be a brilliant convention, Ryan. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Andy,
Yep.
You watch Family Guy, don't you? Not Family Guy, American Dad.
No, not really. I've watched a
No.
bit of it, but
I do.
We could go as Wheels and the Leg Man.
we go to South Park. I know that.
As long as Chris
No.
goes up, as long as Greased Up Deaf Guy, then I'm well happy with that.
That's a cracky call.
Greased Up Deaf Guy.
Okay.
Who the fuck is that?
You're never going to catch me.
Oh, you no.
No, I reckon the old pervert one.
No, we've already discussed who the paedophile can be.
Well, yeah, we have. Yeah, that's a good point.
That's even before that man called the just stuck to my nipples. No shit, too much.
I'd rather walk around dressed like Jimmy Savile, mate.
Well, I was going to say on the subject of shell suits, we could go as the ones from Little Britain.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh, Vicky Pollard.
No, one in the wheelchair.
One in the
you
wheelchair.
plonker.
Oh, them two.
Andy and
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
That one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
no, that one.
Yeah, I know.
and then he walks away and he gets up and does what he wants to do and gets back in the chair before he comes back.
Andy, I want that one.
He's used to put a mobile phone too close to them as a call coming. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's I know the noise you
The
mean.
signal.
Yeah, it can't be coming.
I need to work out if I can get my time off work for it, man.
Oh, I've booked
Oh, there's
everything
a
off.
point. I've not booked it either.
Hotels booked.
I can't book it. I've got to try and swap shift, but I'm also swapping shift in April for my mate's wedding, so it's going to be.
Yeah.
I've booked my hotel room and it just feels like everybody's staying in my hotel room now, which is kind of weird, but you know.
But are we still going to Nando's?
Yeah, of course. Mate,
Yeah.
Paul's never been to Nando's, people. Would you believe this?
Really?
Paul has never
I've
been.
never been one.
I believe that Paul hasn't. Yeah, like
Yeah,
Although there's not that many up north. There's not that many Nando's up north.
isn't there? You
No,
fucking-
not many.
We know Alice has pointed out Vinny could be the bear at a bow selector. Just give him a pink dildo.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Done
don't
that
remember
before.
the pink bear?
Yes, I do.
I
remember the bear from
thought
Bad
that's who he was trying to be.
Yeah.
I thought that's who Chris was trying to be with them glasses.
Oh, Andy.
All you need is a big collar, mate, and you
Who's
look like Harry
got
Hill.
the dick mod? Who's got the dick mod?
The dick mod.
Kieran. Kieran's got the dick.
I
Has he
don't
still got it?
I wouldn't know anything about a mod shaped like a dick. I've never heard of such a thing in my life. I'm not even joking.
It's not shaped like a dick. It's not shaped like a dick. Well, there is a famous dick mod, and it's pink. So we could try and borrow that.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, that sounds like
No.
all right.
I'll wear the suit. That's as far as I'm going to go. No dick is going to be hanging out of the suit.
Well, no,
Yeah, so it's
I
gonna be
don't
hanging
get
out.
it, Sam. It isn't
No, no, no,
expensive chicken and chips, if you know what I mean.
There's
But
going
it's good.
to be no dick hanging out the suit. It's going to be in its usual place, your mouth.
As you can see, Vinny's covered up the glory hole this week.
Yes, we all know he loves to suck things off.
The pink bundle.
Go.
Ryan's never been to Nando's either.
Yeah.
Well, do it. Live a little.
Saying that, I didn't get to Nando's until the first time I went was last year.
Bollocks.
The Woody was
No,
a
seriously, the
handcrafted
first time I ever
thing,
tried a Nando's was last year.
I've been going to Nando's since they appeared. I can remember.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's loads of them in London. Everywhere, every turn a corner, and there's a Nando's there. So
That's
it's
the
an
one. Who's got
big
that
mod.
mod?
It's an aftermath made by Ariel. Yeah, who's got it though?
Yeah,
'Cause I don't think Kieran's still got it.
Best to ask Ariel.
owned it.
What? No, because like yeah, who
No, he
owned
sold
it
it.
last?
I know Kieran had it last, but I thought that it had gone to somebody else.
That could literally be anywhere then. Probably up Kieran's
I will
arse.
I'll ask the question.
If there's any room.
I will ask the question and find out where that mod is, and we will get it sent, especially for Vinny that day. You know how this is going down, man.
We're still doing Nando's, doesn't that? We're doing Nando's.
Kieran has it still. Why
Sweet.
does that surprise me?
Well, it's a dick, isn't it?
Well, Kieran's never met a dick he hasn't wanted to hold on to. That's all I know.
Takes a dick to know a dick.
Listen, mate, he's the only person I've ever known that I've shared a hotel room with, and they, instead of booking a twin room, they booked a normal double room.
We seen your finger the following day. We seen your finger the following day with its finger gravy in all its glory, man.
Snow globe finger. That was fucking.
What worries me is why were you even going there?
Well, that's the story, and I'm sticking to it. I blame him for my finger and lots of other things. I blame him for third world poverty. Anything else you could think of, I basically blame Kieran for. No, only joking.
Yeah.
The placebo effect is definitely something to do with Kieran.
And if anybody wants to know who Kieran is, check out the Vape Shed.
Well, I'm only messing about. Anyway. Kieran's all right.
No, it's nothing I don't say to his face.
Yeah, exactly. It's just we're just having
Banter.
Right, fellas, we've got 10 minutes left. Has anyone got a quick topic to cover in the last 10 minutes? Anything at all you want to throw out there?
No.
Nope.
Mentioned the
That's fine then.
Mentioned the stuff about.
What about, has any of our audience had anything new this week? Let's get
Yeah,
this.
we've got any news stuff.
Is there anything that any of our audience want to get off their chest?
We've got a free spot if somebody wants to come on.
Yeah, come on, 10 minutes.
DHL employed in the week,
Oh.
Emma, do you want to come on and say hello? We haven't spoken for a long time.
We'll really immortal it up then.
on the spotlight. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I know. If you don't ask, you don't get it. You're all quiet now. No, I miss my chat with Emma, man.
Alex said he'd come on.
There you go. Sam's come up with a subject there, right? I'll chuck something out there. Why the fuck can people not differentiate? Right, it's just gone from where I was. Yeah, differentiate between pod and AIOs. Because companies have blurred the lines, mate. That's why. Because really, a pod system, you shouldn't have a removable coil in it. But Lenord has a coil in it.
The fetch does, the RPM does.
That's what I'm. So yeah, but is the fetch? Is it an all-in-one, or is it a pod system? Right.
But the other side of the coin is that about people needing to learn what they're using.
Yeah, but like I say, when you the lines and you have a crossover product that's somewhere between, a pod and an AIO, then that's where the lines get blurred.
The meat pod was the first one to really do that, I think, because it was a pod, but
yeah, I mean, I think that as soon as you have it so it's got removable coils, then it stops being a pod system. That's the way that I see it, because a pod is like a bundled. See, look, you scared Emma off. Is it?
Yeah, straight away.
Straight away. Bye, I'm out here. Ain't hanging around here. But yeah, I mean, that's the way that I categorize them. For me, if the Nord was marketed as a pod system, but is that because pod systems were the thing that everybody was going mad for at that point? If the Nord got released now, would it be called a pod system or would it be called an all-in-one?
I think it's the companies calling them pods, so people that are starting vaping go buy them because they think they're a pod.
Yeah.
That's all it is. I think it's marketing by the companies, angling them at the beginner market, basically. Because let's be honest, that is the growing market. More and more vapors, more and more smokers switch to vaping every day, things like that. 42 million in the world now vaping. Hello, everybody. But yeah, I think that's what it is. I just think it's companies angling them at that market, regardless of whether it's got a replacement coil, which then to me makes it an AOL. We had this discussion with Rabbit because me and him had conflicting views, didn't we? But yeah.
Yeah, I honestly do believe that it is just them marketing. But, you know, you can say that it's false marketing, but is it? Have we got defined categories where people have got to say that it's this or it's that? You know, there's no actual regulation that states. So it's not. I wouldn't class it as false marketing. I mean, if somebody gets a Mars bar and calls it a Kit Kat, you know, you still know it's a Mars bar, right? Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, it's one of these things that people just, how can I say? They just believe whatever blurb comes with the product or whatever the reviewer said about the product. Like, exactly. That's what it needs, more innovation. You know, and we're seeing a lot more of that, though. You know, there was a couple of years where it was just, you know, mechs were getting better, you know, and stuff like that. And then it was, you know, regulateds were all very much of a muchness. And it was like, you know, what brand you preferred. They were all pretty much the same, you know, when you got down to it, with just different styling, different materials and stuff like that. But now people have noticed, I believe, manufacturers have noticed that when the store decides to sell it more than anything, I guess. Well, yeah, I mean, that's, you know, that's a relevant point as well. But, you know, people that, I mean, you know, you go, like I said, if you go into a shop and they try and tell you a Mars bar's a Kit Kat, would you believe that? You wouldn't do that. So, like, you know, regardless of what they market it as, it is what it is. If you, a spade is a spade, exactly. You know, it's, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Regardless of it, anybody got the clutch? Mike Beans is asking. No, I haven't. I've seen.
From what I've heard, they've all sold out now, and obviously with the China thing going on, there's not been many more coming in.
Yeah. Oh, is the clutch made in China as well? Then I didn't know that.
It looks like it. Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Really? I thought it was. That was just. I thought it was SQ making.
No, well, the SQ page said they had so many left of black, and that was it. And once they'd sold out with the China issue, there'd be a delay in restocking.
Right.
So whether it's parts of it or the entire thing is made in China, I don't know.
That's what I mean. You know, it could be something simple as, I don't know, just a couple of small parts that they have made in China. You know, that make it so it's not actually, you know, they can't complete. You know,
unless it's Dogpo making it again, like the SQ topside.
Exactly the same as the SQ topside, man. I'm pretty sure it's exactly the same.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you know, I love SQ products. You know, I prefer Half Moon drip tips, but the actual the mods and stuff that they do are really good. You know, the SQs, the SQ217s and stuff that I've had, obviously. The topside SQ is just absolutely brilliant. That's one of the most innovative things that I've seen. It's because it's not just copy. It's not just, they haven't just took the technology out of the topside. What they're doing is they've actually changed it so that it goes. It's actually delivered in a different way. You know, and although it's the same kind of thing, and at the end of the day, you're still filling it from the top, the actual mechanism of how it works and gets the juice under the 510 is completely different. So, you know, yeah, it's very clever. And it's a nice, solid feeling mod as well, isn't it? It doesn't feel cheaply made or, you know, there's no like rough
until you drop it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, drop everything, didn't you?
Was that experience coming through?
Yeah. He dropped it today.
Oh, what a shame.
Nice ding in the bottom of it.
I thought you said something
right
else.
Then. No, ding.
Alex, I said that earlier on, mate, about what we're doing.
Yeah, we'll finally know what's
made in China. I think some people
not that we care where it's made.
No.
No,
I mean, not everyone, I don't. I mean, you know, I know everybody's saying about China, but I don't. You know what I mean? Where it's made.
At the end of the day,
Just what
right?
it's meant to be doing. Then that's
Like
it.
saying that China's machining is worse than anybody else's is bought. You know, like to me, that's like basically saying that they can't machine properly because they're Chinese. You know, which is bordering on racism to me. You know, like it's just stupid. You're going to have good machinists and you're going to have bad machinists, no matter where you are in the world. And you know, saying that a whole country, like I'm not being funny, China can reverse engineer like something from a picture. Right, and have it out and released from a picture of a prototype, and have their have it out and released and being sold before the actual real product, you know, it is out. Yeah, exactly, Alex. I mean, you know, but you know, there's a lot of companies that have already done that. You know, it's one. You know, it's one of these things. It happens, and it happens in all industries. I mean, you know, we got fed horse meat for how many years in the UK? Do you know what I mean? And nobody noticed that until you know it'd been going on for quite a while. So you know, all companies lie, and unfortunately, to a certain level, you know, like all companies will lie. Some lines will be worse than others, but you know, unfortunately, business is business, you know, and people will say stuff to try and get ahead. You know, and try and get a head start on people, and that's unfortunately what happens when you've got a lot of competition and there's a lot of money to be made. You know, let's have a look. Just reading the comments here. You know, it's one of these things, though. It's a very controversial subject. You know, and at the end of the day, I think that if people just say the truth, then it doesn't really matter, you know. But the problem that they've got is you've got certain people going around and saying that their products will be inferior if they're from China, if they're made in China, and that's why people don't want to say, you know.
Right then, guys, say bye-bye to everybody. I'm going to do the final thing as we agreed earlier.
I didn't.
You want in the chat. So bye-bye. Right then, final thoughts this week. I'm doing them. Firstly, I want to apologise to the guys of the panel. We've had a bit of a hiccup this week between us all. Not going to go into it with anyone. Yeah, things got said and we had a bit of a falling out and a lover's tiff. Kissed and made up, I hope now, so we're all good. The thing we're doing with email, please, 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 it is a big thing. We want your vape stories, videos about 3 minutes long. You can write a piece, anything like that. Everything that fits the criteria that's not swearing will be on it. We need to get active and get this thing rolling. Everyone that sends something, even if it's swearing in it, I'll edit that out or bleep it or something, or anything. Just get active. Get it to the email address that's still scrolling along the bottom. Let's get that moving. And I'll get it out, get it on social media, and we'll hear it everywhere. Got to get our voices heard, people. The fight is coming to the UK. And keep loving fellow vapors and keep pushing smokers. If there's any smoker watching this, drop an email to that and I will send you a kit personally. And there we go, folks. Thanks for watching. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. We will be back next week at 7 o'clock. And I'm just padding slightly because I'm trying to find where the end show is. Yeah, so
let's see if we can hit it at the right time.
Thanks, Chris. I thought I'd muted you all. I guess not. Right. There you go. It's hard to do. Keep them